Hello, welcome back to Somewhere in Wisconsin. This is part 2 of our Getting Prepped for Bow Season video series that I'm doing. Today we are working on a walk-back tune. If you didn't watch my last video, you can click on it right up here. And in that video I show you how to French modify kind of like a mini walk-back tune before you come out to the range and really do a true walk-back. So today that's what we're going to do. I'm starting at 20 yards today. I'm going to shoot a little quick group of arrows. Hopefully they're all in the line. I'm going to back up to 60 and we're going to let them fly from there. And we'll see what happens after that. The point of this walk back tune is to make sure that our sight and our rest are in line with our bow and that we shoot the same vertical plane at 20 yards as we do at longer distances. Mosquitoes are awful out here. Awful. So I'm going to rush you this one a little bit. Less talking, more doing. This is approximately 20 yards. I'm going to shoot 1 or 2 quick arrows here. One down there already. I forgot to record on the first one. Of course, it was perfect. Let's pull those out. So on this walk-back tune, my goal is to hit the center of the line, and you can see my group looks just a tad bit right. I'm gonna give my sight 1 or 2 clicks to the right, and then we should be good at 20. The key right now is just that I want to make sure that my 20-yard pin starts dead center, dead on, so that when I go back to 60, I can see which way I have to move my rest. Jesus. Mosquitoes are just awful. Alright, 20 yards. Just want to see that we hit center. Gave my sight 2 clicks. So those 2 arrows just kind of, they hit right on the left side of that line. They whack together. So I'm going to go ahead and back up to like 50 yards now. And you'll see my arrows are either going to hit right, left, or right down that line again. I'll shoot a group of arrows to kind of make a determination on where they're hitting. I'll have to make a rest adjustment if we're hitting right or left of that line. Our goal is to get our arrows to hit in a straight vertical line underneath each other. So let's go ahead and walk back to 50 yards and then we'll go from there. I'm also not going to adjust my sight. I'm just going to leave it at 20. So that's kind of how that's going to work. Sorry, I'm walking with this huge tripod right now. So that's why it's all awkward. This is about 50. Close to it. Man, the mosquitoes are awful. Again, shooting at the line. I'm gonna hit low, hopefully in the line. Let's go take a look. Alright, so as we walk up on this, you can see there's my 2 20-yard arrows. Actually, after I shot those, I actually gave it 1 click to the right. So my 50-yard arrows, as you can see, they're low, right? But they're almost a straight vertical line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crank the sight down a little bit so I'm at least hitting the paper this time. Sight is cranked down. I'm going to hit a little higher now, so I'll just be able to see where I hit based on that line. That was 3 arrows at 50 yards, sorry. 3 arrows at 50 yards. think they all hit the line, to be honest. Couldn't really tell. But they all felt like really good shots, so if they hit the line, then I'm happy. And that means my center shot is good, and I can explain instead. They all did hit the line. Holy cow. 50 yards. That's kind of what we're looking for right there. That's at 50. So every one of those hit the line, which is kind of what we like to see. I guess we just got to talk about it then. So I'm going to pull this arrow out. And let's say my 50, my group is hitting right here with this arrow. What you do is you move your rest to the left, just like we did on the modified French tune. The walk back tune, you do the same thing. So at long distances, if my arrows are hitting slightly right of my center line, then I need to move my rest a 32nd of an inch to the left. That'll bring this arrow over. These will also move over up here, but they'll be more in a vertical line. Shoot it again. Maybe you're still off by a little bit. Move it another 32nd of an inch. All right. Same thing if you are on this side. If you hit on this side at 50, we have to move our rest slightly to the right. So if this is our arrow at 50 or 60, and this is our 20-yard arrows, we have to bump our rest to the right to bring these more in a vertical line. Then they're going to be off. Then your center might be over here more, so then you have to go back and adjust your sight so that it lines up straight on that line. All right, guys, I hope that makes sense to you. Unfortunately, today I didn't have to do any adjustments, and if something's hitting that dead on at 50 and 20, I don't really want to move it. I might move back to 60 and maybe shoot a few more for you guys just to kind of see where we're hitting, and we'll go from there. Maybe I'll have to make a slight adjustment for you. But the gist of it is, if your arrows are hitting right, you want to move your rest to the left. If your farther arrows are hitting left, you want to move your rest to the right. So let's go back to 60. I'll shoot a few more at 60, and we'll kind of see where they are. And then maybe just for fun today, I'll let some fly at about 80 yards, and hopefully we hit the center. All right, let's let some fly at 60. That last one felt right, so I'm going to shoot one more. Let's take a walk. So I've actually had really good luck when I have French modified tuned in my basement. I rarely have to do much for adjusting my sight as long as I'm very careful and I'm very precise with my adjustments and my aiming in the basement. I mean, that's kind of why I think these arrows are pretty much right on at 50 and 60 yards, just because I mean, don't just nick that thread or that yarn. You really want to try to drill it. Just drill it. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. This is my 60 yards, and I said I had one shot that felt like it went a little right. That's this one right here. So if we can pull that out. And I would say my center shot is pretty solid. I'm just going to launch some at 80 for the heck of it. The 80-yard target's right back there. So I'm going to launch some at 80 for fun. Shit. 80 yards. He's almost dead. Let's go get these arrows at 80. They all felt pretty good. All right, here they are, 80 yards. 5 arrows. 2 low ones. Probably has to do with my anchor. Mosquitoes are terrible. All right, some more at 60. Shooting the spot. Safe to say, pretty dialed so far. That rest lined up just right. I have one more step in this tuning process to make sure that your broadheads and field points are hitting the same. Make sure you check out that video. Here's a link to it right here. I also put a link at the end of this video to that third part of this series. It's going to be broadhead tuning. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My name's Chase. We're somewhere in Wisconsin, and this is 60 yards after walkback tuning. Yards to the spot. Let's go. Let's go. Battery's almost dead. 100 yards. 100 yards, baby. Let's see where they ended up. Just for fun. Well, not a bad group, just not in the axe. 100-yard group, shooting from the car, but about it, I had to use my bubble. So my up and downs are okay, it's my left and rights. Just for fun.